Simply said, it's hypocrisy in its purest form. Harry and Meghan's words asking seclusion are a slap in their own faces. For people who value their privacy so highly, Harry and Meghan have a lot of specialized equipment to record their intimate moments: kiss cam, car cam, etc. I am Tom and I am happy to have you here at the YouTube channel dedicated to reporting on all things related to UK royal news trends. Who is someone you feel like you don't hear about very often anymore? Together, Harry and Meghan are a power couple. Where in California are these reticent voles getting into such a heap of trouble? I really wish that this secretive couple could open out to the world a little bit. Nobody ever picks up the phone, no one ever uses Zoom, and they never consider writing each other letters or making a 6-part Netflix docuseries that professes to give the whole truth about their lives together thus far. To hear our narrative from us, rather than from someone else, doesn't it seem more logical? In one of the first 3 episodes released on the 8th of December, the Duchess of Sussex makes this statement. After viewing 180 minutes of unfiltered Sussex Vision, all I can conclude is that their perspective lacks the kind of common sense that can distinguish between fact and fiction, fairy tale and reality, wishful thinking and fold de role. Right off the off, Harry describes his connection with Meghan as a great love story. The theme here is selflessness. She sacrificed everything to join my world, and I did the same for hers. Darling, that's not exactly true. For starters, you are still a duke. There has been no change to her ducal status. A cozy royal status quo may not exist forever if things continue to squabble as they have been. I guess the royal family couldn't stand being tortured anymore. How many more deliberate attempts will be made to paint them as cold racists who refuse to see Harry and Meghan's power and glory? This documentary series has, thus far, only served to exacerbate the problem. It's a lot worse. While being questioned in a luxurious California property that is not their own, Meghan and Harry awkwardly attempt to maintain a cheerful mood. Their brittle kindness masks a deeper throb of institutional anger. Even though they are bathed in flattering light and treated like precious eggs by a sympathetic interviewer, the couple reveals that they are consumed by perceived slights, determined to settle scores, and obsessed with how they have been portrayed in the media, a topic that Harry brings up repeatedly. The bitterness of a man who has been blessed so much is sad to witness, but eventually viewers will become tired of hearing about this particular obsession. There are few things more depressing than seeing the affluent and famous whine about their wealth, especially if they are also undertaking covert measures to alter their legacy. As long as Harry learned a lesson from donning a Nazi uniform to a costume party, it's cool. When discussing her attempts to reach her father before her royal wedding, Meghan's lip quivers and she sheds a few tears, but she still places the responsibility for their ongoing struggle squarely on her father's shoulders. Their love story is told here as if they were the modern-day Anthony and Cleopatra. Each of them is truly on fire with the desire for immortality, and their commitment to making a difference is inspiring. We rewind to the beginning to find out that Meghan refers to him as Prince Has and that she checked out his feed before agreeing to go on a blind date with him. It's not a sack of oats tied to Harry's nose, as some of you older readers would think. Meghan describes him as refreshingly entertaining and claims that the two of them shared a youthful quality during their time together. Some juvenile touches can be detected. At one point, Harry says, "Geez, I went to war twice." In another context, Meghan explains that she was turtling, a psychiatric term for withdrawing into one's shell in the face of overwhelming circumstances. My apologies, but at the moment I am merely echoing someone else. In the same way that you feel as if you were unwell. You'd think it couldn't get any sillier, but then it does. That's insane, you guys. They seem to have invested much in custom-built devices to record all of their intimate moments, which is surprising for a couple with such a strong desire for secrecy. It looks like a kiss cam was present to capture Harry's surprise proposal to Meghan in the illuminated garden. They are being filmed by an in-car camera as they look out the window, like something out of a Scooby-Doo episode, in an attempt to spot the paparazzi who aren't following them. Not even the Kardashians would go to such a level. None of us would deny that there have been trying times, and not all of them have been our fault. It's fascinating, though, to see how Harry and Meghan take the attention to themselves for granted and even enjoy it when it serves their interests. She eventually admitted, "It wasn't exciting in the way I believe people expected it would be." She admits, "I was a big nerd growing up," in the second episode. "This is a key facet of who I am that most people overlook. To put it another way, I was not the pretty one." Just who are these individuals, exactly? I don't understand why they're jumping to those conclusions. And have they seen what an old ham Meghan is? She's been overacting her testimony like an Amdram Joan of Arc. She discusses her blog The Tig, which she started when she was 12, and reads a poem she composed at that age. "I've never been the type to specialize in one area," she explains shyly. That weblog. Poetry by her. Surely this agony must come to an end at some point. And does anyone really believe that Harry the dimwit can, as he does here, inject himself into any political story or national tragedy, like Brexit or the Stephen Lawrence case, and be taken seriously as the kind of serio who does so? Next week will bring parts 4, 5, and 6, and I cannot wait. And what Harry and Meghan expose is even more terrible than they could have imagined. Because they believed that people haven't had any sense of who we are for so long, the Sussexes created this 6-hour drama doc, along with an ominous orchestral score and elements from dramas like Succession, Downton Abbey, and The Crown. Oh, yes, we understand now, Prince Has and Saint Megs of the Ark. Very audible. Meanwhile, senior members of the royal family will inevitably spend a good deal of their life in the spotlight. It's an inevitable part of life in a constitutional monarchy. Someone new to the firm in this day and age of extensive media coverage may feel like they are under a microscope 24/7. For others, like the Princess of Wales, it's an opportunity to grow and develop. The Duchess of Sussex, on the other hand, has decided she cannot and will not conform to the expectations that come with being a member of the royal family and living in a palace. Viewers of the first 3 parts of Harry and Meghan's profitable Netflix documentary knew exactly why. After enjoying a £31 million wedding on the taxpayers' dime, the couple claimed they were expelled because of an insensitive royal establishment, a predatory media, and a racist Britain. The movie is being promoted as their truth, with all due seriousness. That it's accurate is a whole other question. No competing story exists to the Sussexes' sob story of misfortune. Furthermore, it is a well-known fact that the defiant royals have been caught red-handed spreading lies and embellishments in interviews on numerous occasions. Fake footage was used in the documentary's trailer as well. There haven't been many bombshells revealed, but that doesn't make this anything but a hatchet job. The pair complains about what they see as prejudice inside the royal family. However, the late Queen accomplished more than anybody else to advance racial and cultural tolerance, and yesterday, King Charles was greeted with great fanfare at an Ethiopian church in London. In any case, this suspicious couple always find something over which to fret. The Duke's attempt to raise Meghan to the saintliness of his mother, Princess Diana, will jar with many people, and the Duchess' criticism of Harry's brother and his wife was cruel. The documentary's depiction of Britain as a hateful and bigoted backwater is a heinous distortion of reality. The United States of America is often recognized as one of the most accepting places on earth. The truth is that the entire country was enamored with Meghan and overjoyed when she wed Prince Harry. Only their self-centered manipulation and hypocrisy ruined the fantasy. After escaping the Golden Royal prison and planting their feet in the California sand, the former royal family has launched a vendetta against the monarchy and this country rather than enjoying the privacy they promised to want. It's incredibly irritating that the Sussexes have been able to cash in on their royal connections to the tune of millions while simultaneously disrespecting the same institution that has allowed them to do so. So if they really despise the monarchy, why don't they just give up their titles? They want, since doing so would mean giving up their only source of sustenance. The future monarch announced this in her first big speech, delivered in 1947, and it has been a defining theme of her reign. So tragic that her grandchild and his wife care solely about themselves. What about you? Do you think they make a good match? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section below, and we can also discuss the movie starring Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. If you find our film to be engaging, please hit the like button and spread the word to your friends. Also, if you want to make sure you don't miss any future videos, Be sure to subscribe to the UK Royal News Trends news channel on YouTube. Once again, I appreciate you tuning in. I'll be back tonight.